everybody, I'm Lorraine Bell and I'm going to do a little tutorial for you today. Who doesn't like to get a gift card? I know I do, especially one like this, a nice Dick Plick gift card to an art store. I also give them a lot. Sometimes you don't know what the perfect gift is to give someone, so a gift card's a nice way to let them go and pick something out for themselves. But when I give a gift card, I like to make it a little more personal. So I make a little holder or an envelope or something special to put it in. It's almost like wrapping a gift. What I did find is I travel all the time. And a lot of hotels I go to, most hotels, they will put your room key, your key card, in a little holder. And they usually have a little pocket to slip your gift card into. And there's all different styles and ways to hold that card. They open all different ways. They have diagonal pockets, and this one flips over with lots of information about the hotel. But I think these are really neat, and I hate to throw them away. Here's a nice big one. If you read these, you can see all the places I've been to in the last 2 months. But what I thought I would do is show you how to make something decorative out of this to put your gift cards in. So I made a few over here. I took the new Art Fusion stamps by Art to the 5th. We are very proud of this. This is our latest version of stamps, rubber stamps. They come on a red rubber sheet. And it was a collaborative effort from the Art to the 5th ladies, who I belong to. And so I'm going to have fun with these today and show you how to use them to make these decorative gift card holders. So here's one I started with. This used to look like one of these. And just by painting layers on it and stamping on some of the stamps onto decorative paper or painted paper or newsprint, I made a nice little holder, and the gift card just slides right in there. So who wouldn't want to or love to receive their gift card and something that you made personally? So there's one, and here's another one I made. And for this one, I punched a little hole and put a little, what I guess it's called a light bulb clip, and tied some sari ribbon onto it. And this one just opens up like that, and you can stick your gift card in just like this. So that's another cute little card, and I usually decorate all sides. And here's another one. I made a little closure out of a clothespin, those little teeny tiny clothespins, and I just tied on some twine and string. And you might be able to see here that I used some of the stamps as background images. And as I go through and show you the one that I make, I'll show you how I use them. But I used leaves and flowers stamped in colors all over the card. And then I used little alphabet stamps. These are from another company. They're teeny tiny, to stamp something on there just because. And this one opens up, it's a trifold, and the pocket's in the middle. And so I use more of the Art Fusion stamps to decorate that. But I mean, that's just gorgeous. It's a gift in itself. And here's another one. This was, I cut out stamped images. And again, you open it up. And inside is the space to put your gift card. I should leave the little card out. So that one's very sweet. I think that's my favorite. And this is one of the larger ones. I'll show you what it looked like before. This is from a little hotel in Santa Monica. But what I love about this holder is there's a nice little sketch on it. So when I painted it, I left it a little sheer so you could see some of the images through there. But it has the pocket right here for your card. So I like that one. It was a lot of fun to do. So both of these they flip over. And you could stick your gift card in here. And also what's nice about this one is there's enough space to write a little note or a letter to your friend that you're giving the gift card to. So that just folds over like that. And then this last one I stitched on it. I stitched all around. It's the exact same one I just showed you. And so you can put your card in like this. And again, you have plenty of space. And maybe in this one you can see, hold it up a little bit, you can see the sketch from the hotel in the background. And I think in mixed media that just adds to it. Every little layer, every little design adds to it. And you can see in this one there are stamped images all in the background. This was this stamp right here. And I stamped it all over randomly. This was this stamp right here. For this one, I used this adorable leaf stamp, and I stamped this circle with dotted lines around it onto a separate piece of paper and cut them out and made flowers that way. So I'll go through and show you. I've used the stamps in all the designs, and we'll just go ahead and make some for ourselves. But what I did want to show you before I get started with a project like this, I stamp a lot of images on some things that I have around the studio. This is some text paper, regular old text paper out of a book, and I've stamped the images in color. This was this one right here. And I also stamped them in black and white. This is the little banner stamp right here. And again, the little, I don't know what, I guess looks like a flying circle maybe. And this one, we jokingly refer to this as the Flintstone necklace. Really cute design. It's right here. And here we have that one. And see, here's the flower one here. And then on this page, I stamped this arrow. I love this arrow, nice and straight, but it's double-ended, so you can use one side or the other, or both. And a wonderful leaf pattern. There's lots more, but I'll show you as we go. So you can stamp them on textbook paper, and then you can cut them out. And these can be glued onto greeting cards, or they can be used in your mixed media work. You know, the possibilities are endless. There's all sorts of things you can do with them. And then another thing that I love to do is my background paper, this newsprint paper, I always put down before I begin working. And this is just sort of the leftover paper. It starts out white, and after I paint and do journal pages and scribble on it and wipe my brush and my fingers and everything else, I end up with beautiful sheets of paper like this. And so I took these stamps and stamped a lot of designs onto these papers. So when you cut them out, you've got these really cool images with lots of color underneath. Here's a great one with these yellow leaves on it. The Flintstone necklace here, the arrows. But I think you get the idea. So you don't have to just stamp onto plain paper. Stamp onto some of your backgrounds and your colors. This is actually a piece of deli paper which I use to put my paint on. I use it as a palette. So you can stamp on that and cut it out. So let's get started with a little design. So to start with, you certainly don't have to do this, but because this has a gray background, this little card, I'm going to go ahead and put some white gesso. This is Dina Wakley's white gesso. And I'm going to put some of that and just roll it all over the background. And I'm going to use a brayer to do that. And I'm just going to gently run my brayer through the paint. And again, I'm using this piece of deli paper as my palette. And I'm just going to, you know, just haphazardly roll over top of this and try to just tone down that gray a little bit. I want to go with some brighter colors for this card. And you can certainly use a paintbrush too if you don't have a brayer. It goes on faster for me. And you want to dry that first, but because we're on camera, I'm going to just run over it real quick without drying it. And as long as I don't leave it sitting there, it will dry fairly quickly, and I can get it out without sticking too much. So this you would just leave to dry. And grab a paintbrush, and I'm going to just get the paintbrush in there and just get down in there. You want to definitely paint the inside of this because it will show when the recipient pulls back the little tab to pull their gift card out. So anyway, you can see I stayed at room 403. And just enough to tone it down just a tad. So I am going to dry this real quick so I can get to painting. So I've pulled out a few colors that I think I'm going to use. I may change them up a little bit, but I think I'll start with these. And I always add a little bit of white to my palette too because I get different tints of a color if I do that. Background finished, and you can't see it in the camera, but you can certainly feel the texture in there. And everything's sort of monotone other than the little pop of green. I stayed in the warm colors. So now I want to start getting into a little pop of color. And I'm going to go ahead, I've stamped this design right here. It's sort of a little crescent. I've stamped it in turquoise color, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. And I think that'll be a nice addition to the card. our little gift card enclosure, and I think it turned out really sweet. I really love it. I'm happy with it. Lots of texture and color, and it's the perfect holder for that impersonal gift card, even though I personally love to get them. When I give them, I like to make it a little special. So you can do that now too. I hope you got some great ideas and you're inspired. And I would love to hear if you have any ideas yourselves. Please share them. And if you don't have a set of Art Fusion stamps yet and you'd like to get some, you can get those at arttothefifth.com. And I'll have the website at the end of the video. So I enjoyed being here with you. I had a lot of fun and I hope to hear from you. Take care.